That again, y'all, Sean and Millie from KappisCards. Special Millie appearance today as we're going through and taking a look at some stuff that I was actually able to find at various pharmacies. And believe it or not, these are from Amazon, right? They're actually for sale on there. There were 3 of these fat packs of Series 20 or Series 1 from 2021 for 18 and change, right? So roughly $6 a pack, 6 and a little bit of change. Not bad. You know, when you need something to fill out that Amazon Prime 25 bucks, that was the way to do it. These are from Walgreens. These are new blister packs of football. Of course, they've got Sage in it. They also got Score from 2023. So we're going to check those out. And then I had asked in an earlier video if your CVS had baseball cards or anything like that, because I'd seen them pop up on other things. And I finally went into the one closest to me today, which is actually, now that I think about it, probably the closest retail store to my house. Update packs from 2024. 5 of them. This is all they had. $5 a pop for each of those, right? These are 8 or 9, right? And like I said with those. So, yeah, I was very shocked to see this. And we'll just go ahead and open them now. How about that? That's long enough of an intro. Let's take a look at these blister packs first of football, and then we'll get into these baseball card packs. One of those did feel a little bit thicker than the other 4. And that was, like I said, all they had on the shelf. And I looked around for other sorts of places. So now I'm going to have to go to more CVS's, apparently, as I'm looking at this. So what do these have in it before we go look at them? 2 factory sealed packs, which we can see, and 1 card. Well, there's more than 1 card there, right? There's a few cards, and they all appear to be Prism of some kind. So Deontay Johnson, nice and flat, too, I guess, from being in that blister. 22 Prism of Deontay Johnson, Harold Landry, and C.J. Mosley. So not 1 card, 3, and all 22 Prism. And like we said, it would be 23 Score, nice thick pack of those. And then, in this case is the high series. The other one's got the low series or a premium pack. Yeah, low series. I guess they're all premium packs in Sage. But 2024 Sage. Of course, these ugly cards with no logos, anything like that. But yeah, I hadn't been in CVS in a long time, mostly because, things in CVS generally are more expensive than anywhere else. At least that's what I find. Maybe your move may vary, but they never had cards either. Or the last time I saw them, they had those awful 3 Bros packs, and that was it. Spencer Rattler, is he starting for the Saints? Or is it going to be that other dude? Tulia Tagovailoa is in the CFL, I believe. And Roman Hemby. So, Sage. But yeah, I guess I'm going to have to go look around at other CVS's. It's not like there's any shortage of them around here or up by where I work or anything like that. So I guess that's what we'll have to do. Let's see if we find a hit. There's some yellow in here, of course. And that's in every pack, though, of these scores, aren't there? McKinnon, Kittle, Metcalf there's Dak. Do I have that? I don't know. Garrett Wilson. Just did my fantasy draft. Always fun to do fantasy football. It's year 25 of my fantasy league. This is one that I've ran since, I guess I was a master's student in college, right? And there's still a handful of the same guys in it, and we've added players, of course, over time. Bryce Ford Wheaton, added and subtracted. Chase Brown, rookie, was a top first-round pick in our thing. Brian Branch, Michael Mayer. What could have happened to him, but Brock Bowers kind of took his thunder, right? Broderick Jones. It's Kelsey, Mrs. Swift, or Mr. Swift, right? Officially, almost, right? There ain't big news on them, right? Whoop-de-doo. Huddle Up. This is Jackson Smith and Jigba's potential card. Let's set that down. Sack Attack, Nick Bosa, and Rivas, first ballot. So, Millie, you're not bringing us the fire like your brother does here in the house, at least not so far. Maybe that's why you're just sleeping on the couch, which is definitely Millie's favorite thing to do. Sleep. Anywhere she can, she does. So it's the same thing. It's the same 3 Prism cards, right? Just different cards, but 3 Prisms again. Parker, Derrick Henry. So we get a little better stars this time. Are you shitting me? Sorry, eBay or whoever you are, YouTube, whatever this is. But really, you got to throw me doubles out of 3 cards. Thank you, MJ Holdings, as always, right? This is obviously an MJ Holdings product. It says 2022 on it, but it's just a copyright because obviously these came after that. Forgive the slip out there. It's been a long day. Johnson, Shipley, it's Caleb Williams. Kaiser, Hooks, Moore. That is Malik Neighbors. So, decent Sage pack, right? I'm not even trying on that. And Huff. All those cards are going to find their way into the football packs that I am, and these as well. Unless, for the Dak Prescott over there, unless I don't have it. They'll find their way in as I do this update. If you see over here on the other side of the table, I've got some college cards that I've got to figure out what teams they're on or played for or were in camp with or something like that. But other than that, I've got another box coming in. That'll be a video coming up here soon. Another football box should be here later this week. So we'll look at that. I've got a box as well outside that should be baseball cards. We'll probably look at that too at some point here. Both eBay boxes, dollar boxes off eBay. I think I paid 3 or 4 for the football box. But Michael Vick, Norfolk State. Is that where he's coaching now? Davis Mills, Nelson. And here we go after Rondé Barber with the rookies. Travis Dye, Jordan Battle, Ronnie Bell. There's C.J. Stroud. Can't complain about that. Nice Stroud rookie. A.T. Perry. See if C.J. Stroud can have a nice bounce back year this year. Cam Smith. Was that Kelsey numbered and I didn't see it? Downs. Murray celebrating. That is Quentin Johnson. And then Tanner McKee. I guess this will answer. If this isn't numbered, that isn't numbered. But Tanner McKee is our yellow there. So we got a yellow rookie, but not exactly the one you're chasing after. But it's nice to see them have something in them other than just Sage. That's why I always try to stay away from the the football version of those. So let's see what's in these packs. 21 Series 1. I should have went through and looked to see what the rookies we're looking for is in here or are in here. But I guess we'll just have to find out together. Rangers. Wendell. That's the Mets celebrating. Mejia's rookie. Neerdert rookie. Senzel. Mookie. DeYoung. Smith. Weaver. Kiermaier. Gonzalez. Wilson Ramos. Rizzo. Severino. Freed. Olivares. Abreu. Got a rainbow foil of Rafi Devers. Right, these are not numbered. Just a rainbow foil. Let's put that here. Let's pick these a little bit out of the way. It's a nice 70 years of Topps card there of Ripken in his rookie card design with I guess that's his last card there on the back, probably, for when he was playing at least. So a nice Ripken 70-year design. J.D. Martinez and Mike Trout in the old school design, right? The 52 design. Yeah, we'll put them down too. A couple of different stars there, of course. Mike Trout. Castellini, Heath, McKenzie. All those are rookies. There's Ohtani pitching. Bieber, Fulton, something like that, right? However. So Tigers, Kendrick, Buxton, Posey, Frazier, Morton, Odorizzi, Bryce Harper, Yates, Bradley, there's Alonso, and Guzman. I'm sure I've got that Alonso in my PC somewhere already. He's right over here. But yeah, these are an interesting find, right? When you have that Amazon Prime and you needed something, I needed tape, right, to ship you things. People that bought stuff, thanks as always for doing so down there in the Etsy shop. Of course, like and subscribe, too, if you haven't, to the channel. We do these sorts of things a lot around here. But we got something in there. Looks like a 90 design. But to find these at $18 for 3 fat packs, I thought it was a good deal. I mean, $6 a pop. It's not too bad. Gonzalez, that's Jimenez. Madrigal's rookie. Alec Boehm's rookie. Lux, it's not... No, we got a patch, too. It's the Devers packs. Look at this. So we got a Devers rainbow foil, and now we got a Devers patch on the 86. Player worn. Little napkin there. But Rafi Devers. Congratulations, you've got a Topps relic from 1986 in 21 Topps Baseball. Neat. I don't know if I've pulled a relic like that before, the 86 design at least. Maybe I have, but I've got that one relic of Rafi Devers I pulled 2-3 months ago out of Heritage High Number. I can't give it away hardly on eBay. I'm sure I could give it away, but it's not selling, of course. The way Devers left the Red Sox was not exactly ceremonious. Chris Bryant there in the 1990 design. And you got Blake Snell and Garrett Cole. A couple of nice Cy Young pitchers there. Just move that right there. We'll put these next to them. All right. Bauer, Garrett, LeMahieu, Perez, Bubik, Burrows, Marte, Baez, Segura, Wong, Santana, Andujar. There's Garrett Cole. Geez, every which way. Keller, Profar, Smith, Mercado, and, pardon me, Brandon Nimmo on the back. Nimmo just had a nice game-winning RBI right before I started filming this. It's nice to sit in my fantasy draft, too, there with a bunch of my friends who are Phillies fans, right? They love all the Philly teams, so they get to enjoy next Thursday against me, right? But I at least got to enjoy that while we were all talking to one another. Have a Mets little comeback win there. But Anderson, Dahl, Perez, LeBlanc, the Padres, Williams, Richards, there's DeGrom, Peterson, DeGrom's leaders card, McKay, Chatwood, Madrigal again, Kaperlin, or however you pronounce it, Bohm. So the same little run there. Iglesias, Bote. Hey, we got a numbered card. It's the 2021 numbered card of Nick Neidert for the Marlins. That is 136 of 2021. That'll zoom there. There we go. 136 of 2021. Then we get the base version of the 86 design, right? For Xander Bogaerts. We'll put him there next to his old teammate. And we got Acuna and Soto in the 52 design. So they're kind of off camera a little bit, but they're there. Trust me. Dunn, Harrison. Boy, the printing on that. Look how much they kind of smudged the ink on these two. Bart, Carlson. I can't pronounce that. Lorenzen, Gordon, Torres. Which is always kind of, risky when you're buying things. At least these came from Amazon, right? Have you seen the stories about people that got this year's Bowman boxes off Walmart and got fake cards? If you haven't checked that out, they're on some of the, Facebook baseball card groups or, the various other forums and stuff like that. Somebody's sending them and they're in like a cardboard pack. They're not a real pack. And they're just printed cards. It's pretty, it's a third-party seller out of China, of course, right? But it's pretty screwed up. All right, let's see if these are all, like I said, this is 24 update. These are retail packs, so 14 cards in each. One of them does feel a little thicker than the others, but that could just be my mind as well. So Beck, rookie card, Stallings, Littell, the rookies that are in here. Vasquez, Pinto, Beater, O'Neill, Scott, those Rockies, Munoz, Foley, Payampas. We got a rookie combo that's backwards here of Marlins, and it's just a rainbow foil. So nice tease tops, thank you. Put that there with the other Marlins. And Curtis Mead of the Rays, star of the MLB. So no big names in that one. Let's see if we bat any better than these others. We already do right off the bat. Sal Frelick is having a nice year there with the Brewers really playing some good baseball. Matsui isn't having a bad year either. Holderman, there's the one you want, right? So Paul Skeens, a rookie card. Probably going to win the Cy Young this year. Probably. Suarez there. Hasn't been playing too well since they dealt him up to Seattle. Steven Matz, Cavalli. There's Josh Gibson's card. Alex Wood, Rucker. Hey, we got the Paw Patrol card too, look. Or Rubble and Crew card. My daughter has started watching Rubble and Crew. So I might just slide this over to her and let her go ahead and have this Paw Patrol Aaron Judge card, which we pulled this one before, I believe. Right, I know there's a couple of them. But I believe we pulled that one. And look at this behind it. It's a hell of a pack. Ellie De La Cruz, rookie in the 89 design. So Frelick, Skeens, a Paw Patrol card. Sorry there, Mr. Swift. I'm covering you up with the 89 Ellie De La Cruz. You got Royce Lewis and Jordan to end it. That was a damn good pack for $5. Let's see if we can beat it. Now, I'm definitely going to have to go around and find some other CVS things. These were kind of in a hiding place, too. If you're thinking about going to your local CVS, the way ours set it up now, there's like a line to get in line, right? You know what I mean? Walgreens has the same kind of design where you sort of enter an area and kind of walk through to get to the counter. These were like hanging facing the cashier on the back of the thing that like separates you when you're in line from the counter. You know what I mean? So look there. There were a whole bunch of other random cheap toys as well. So maybe you'll find some too. Garcia. Of course, the Rural King find that I saw again on those other forums and stuff like that, where the fat packs of these from Update were going for $1 something, right? And they had some other basketball stuff for $1 something. They're all gone, I'm sure, somewhere. But like I said, I checked the one Rural King that's around me, and they of course, had nothing. Ramos, Heel, Hicks, Jax, Neris. Not a lot of rookies in this one. Lighter, but you do get a nice rookie here. Wyatt Langford in the black gold. 1993 design. Black gold with Schneider behind him there for the Blue Jays. But we're going to put him down here too so he's on camera a little bit as well. We got 2 more to go. We'll call it a video. And like I said, we'll be back later this week with some more of the... maybe we'll do a live opening or something like that for one of those eBay boxes one of these days. Sosa, Gallo. There's Nastrini rookie. PR. Holderman. I got another one. 2 Skeens. Very nice. Hudson. A's. Montgomery. Tyler Black getting soaked. How about Jackson Merrill this time? Jackson Merrill. So I'm pulling this kind of stuff, right? Mitchell Parker is Greg Maddux, who had a card, of course, in the 89 series. I don't know if it looked like this, but here's the 89 throwback with Wyatt Langford again as the star of the MLB. So I'm going to put this here and here. But, I pull these skeins, I pull stuff like that, and they'll get mixed into whenever I do a baseball update, which will probably be closer to, Thanksgiving at the rate we're going now. I mean, at least into October, November, because I have to obtain some and do stuff like that. And I'm starting to see why these felt a little bit thicker. It's the security tag, on the back. It's giving it that little extra feel to it. So it's not a hit, per se, unless there is something in here. But the other thing I'm thinking of, right, I got notification that I can see out here. When I look out my window, it's over my shoulder here. Just happens to be where I live. There's a big, field house for, basketball and soccer and stuff like that indoors. They're going to host a baseball card show come next April. So I got to figure out if I'm going to participate, which I'm not really built to participate the way my shop is in a card show like that, because I don't have a lot of stuff, right, that big card collectors are looking for. I have some things, like a Jackson Holiday rookie here that's kind of nice. But, I don't have the big high dollar stuff that people with cases they're carrying around. I don't do that, right? I do everything else, right? I do the little things. And I do it in bulk, right? Big stuff that doesn't really work out for tables. So I'd have to figure that out. Maybe I'll just do a pop-up down here in the garage and put some signs up. Something like that. I don't know. I got months to think about it, though. So let me know what you would think. What I should do, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it more, I'm sure, some other time there. Verlander. But those are some fantastic packs for retail packs, right? I mean, the new blisters, right? I got a nice Kelsey here. The yellow is always nice to mix in. There's a Caleb Williams, sure, it's Sage. CJ Stroud rookie, right? I mean, if he bounces back this year, that card will have a couple dollar value. Got all the rookies you're expecting, right? From the only one that's missing is Jackson Churio, right, out of the Brewers stuff. But we got Frelick. Got a nice relic, right, from the 2021s. So I will probably buy more of that. I'm going to go around to other CVSs and look and see what else I can find. If I can get more update stuff, I'm going to get it and we're going to open it. Otherwise, I'm going to look around there on Amazon, and just as I need things, I'll just happen to buy packs of baseball cards too. Because it's not like the 2021 stuff that I bought there was the only things they had. They have more than I think I've ever seen on Amazon, at least recently. And at least in that area where, if I need something tomorrow, right, I need to get that $25, I can add it to whatever I'm buying, right? So, I enjoyed this one. So if you did too, definitely subscribe down below. We're still easing our way towards 2,000. We're at about 17, 30, 40, something like that now. So welcome aboard, everybody, old and new. We love you around here. Even Millie Moo, right, who is still hanging out over here. She's not like Cappy, at least tonight. Like I said, usually Millie, when she gets into the cards, she gets into the cards. She's either doing that or she's doing this. All right, Millie, you want to say hi to everybody? No, you want to sleep, don't you? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well, we'll see you next time. Maybe we'll get Cappy in here with us then, or maybe Millie would want to be a little more active too. Who knows? See you next time.